Hello everybody, this is the A Serious Man here. Just got out of watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Here to give my first impressions. So what to say about this movie? Well, it is better than all the other dog shit that's come out of the MCU in the last phase. I have not seen Ant-Man Quantumania, and I'm not going to for quite some time, so what to say? So I liked the movie. I liked it. I'm struggling to think of where I'd place it in the trilogy, but it's definitely not as good as the first Guardians of the Galaxy, which is still the best. Guardians 1 I never saw in the theater, so but it's objectively the best. I think I place this just below Volume 2, although I think I might have to rewatch it. Honestly, I don't know how rewatchable this movie is going to be for me. We'll see. Time will tell. It is classic James Gunn movie. It has, the expansive soundtrack, the special effects, the character, the heart that James Gunn movies have. So it has all that. It's probably the weakest soundtrack of the three. I would say the most mainstream. There's one track in particular that seemed kind of weird. Makes me think Disney must have a special deal with the Beastie Boys after the Marvels trailer. And then there's one particular action scene that has a Beastie Boys song that really doesn't seem to fit. Oh wow, what the heck is going on here? It's like, shit. That. Okay. That is weird. Whew. Right. Where was I? Okay. Okay, they got it taken care of. Okay.
What happened?
I have no idea. There's something burning over there. It's like a shirt or something. You got water. That's good. Somebody did.
Fun stuff, huh? You never know what you gotta find.
Never know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's taken care of. Okay.
Right.
Oh. All right. What was that? What was I talking about? Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. So where was I? Yeah. There was one thing I couldn't help but notice, and that was the movie was decidedly lacking any kind of sex appeal, which seems like a really weird thing to say, but it was like almost as if they deliberately did everything they could to remove any sort of remotely sexual or appeasing or attractive thing from the movie, which is weird. all the characters were dressed from neck to toe. It was kind of bizarre. Like, even in the past, like Drax going around shirtless, or, you know, a little bit of skin on Gamora. It seemed like the cleavage was all like CGI reduced. It's kind of a weird thing to even mention, but it just seemed really obvious and unmistakable. And at the same time, that all the sex appeal was drawn out of the movie, there were some really bizarre sort of choices, design choices that seemed to like resemble bodily parts or sexual organs. Like they're the guards, and in one sequence the guards all wear these outfits, these suits that resemble like big, large, throbbing, I don't know, naked bodies. I don't know, it's just weird. And then Drax gets stuck in a hole that has kind of a skin-like texture, which is the hole on the hull of the ship, and the ship's walls seem to have like a skin like quality. So you have elements like that like seem to accentuate sort of weird sexual thing maybe, but then everything else is everything that would normally be normal sex appeal is like not in the movie. Doesn't detract from the film too much, but I mean it's an interesting story. It has a lot of heart. There's a significant cameo from James Gunn, Joss Whedon regular actor, who's a fan favorite. I'll leave it at that. It's kind of a significant cameo. Now, I don't know Warlock from Adam in the comics, but it did seem that he was sort of a wasted character, the way that they utilized him. But it was nice that they at least paid off the end credit scene from Volume 2, considering the way the DC universe has been having a whole bunch of end credit scenes that don't lead anywhere. It's nice to see that they actually at least did something with the Adam Warlock character, even if it's not comic accurate, as far as I understand. I did like one of the main themes of this film is how everyone has value. Everyone deserves a second chance. So every character in this film, every character has a chance and an opportunity to demonstrate their value. And so that was, I guess, a nice theme. There is a lot of heart in the film. There's a lot of heart, although I still found it difficult to, like, apart from the moments, there are moments where you really feel an emotional story and emotional moments, but those moments, for me, they had difficulty coming together overall, feeling for the story. And I think that's because there are no stakes, really. There are multiple times in the movie where you think someone might die or that they are dead, and it never carries through. So you get to the point where there's so many fake out deaths that you realize that nobody can die, which kind of cheapens the possibility. Now that might be a spoiler, sorry. But overall, it was, I don't know, I enjoyed it better than a lot of the shit that's been put out recently. I would say it's, as James Gunn's, final goodbye to the MCU, it was good. I don't know what else to say about this movie. Talked about the soundtrack. it was probably the most mainstream soundtrack of the three, although there are a lot of tracks that were definitely James Gunn uniqueness. What else can I say about it? I'm probably not going to go see it again in the theater. I might watch it again when it comes out on demand or Blu-ray. If you like the Guardians movies and you're looking for something like similar and you want something that's not total shit, I mean, it is good. I did enjoy it. Every character in the movie has a redeeming moment, so they all, which may lend to part of what makes the movie, each moment not stand out as much, is that because every character has a redeeming moment. It's also kind of interesting, though, that in a film that's sort of about transhumanism, it is kind of funny that in a movie that's about a villain who's a transhumanist trying to evolve species to a perfect species, that we also have a very desexualized, dehumanized film in a lot of ways. In the physical sense, it does seem very non-sexual, non-gender, even, like just blah. And that's part of the design choice, I suppose. That was what I think wasn't really hitting right. Like, to me, I think a movie has to have some kind of sex appeal, even if it's just like a subconscious level, which this didn't really have. It has emotional heart. It has a good story. It has character development. I mean, all the characters have a sort of through arc, including Astro, the dog. Sean Gunn's character, in a way, Sean Gunn's character has the arc. I mean, if by a character arc you mean it just has a beginning and has an end, not much in the middle, but he has a chance to redeem himself. So yeah, that's about it that I could think about. I would say, if you haven't completely given up on the MCU or on superhero movies, give it a watch. It's still not the best Guardians movie. I would put it maybe just below Volume 2, or along the same level as Volume 2, but I think Volume 2 still had some things going for it. And it's hard to say. I guess a meh, but it is kind of a meh. But it's still a fun movie, and if you want a little bit more of that James Gunn MCU Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I'd go watch it. Yeah. So, yep, those are my thoughts. I'll see you guys later.